We've come a long way from the days of Johannes Gutenberg and his printing press. Learning resource materials can readily be put into electronic format. Users are becoming accustomed to reading from various types and sizes of computer screens. VTEXT is an electronic textbook framework that allows the user to view and interact with textbook type materials. Students can read, annotate pages, flag page locations, search, view multimedia supplemental resources, and perform other operations that define the new textbook usage paradigm. VTEXT is built on top of Microsoft OneNote as an add-in. That's what's shown here in this frame. You'll notice the standard OneNote menu across the top, and then there is an eTextbook add-in drop-down, a publisher drop-down, and the mathematics drop-down. The eTextbook add-in drop-down and the publisher drop-down are the VTEXT add-ins for our framework. The mathematics drop-down menu is an add-in that you can get from Microsoft by going to the Microsoft.com site. You can recognize the overall structure of OneNote as well. Down the right-hand side, you have individual pages that are in a notebook. Across the top, you'll see PSpice April 11th, pick manual images, and test math input. Those are sections in notebooks. And down the left-hand side, you'll have a list of all possible notebooks that are available. VTEXT allows the user and the textbook author to take advantage of all of the capabilities already available in OneNote, including the note-taking facilities. You can have both typed text notes and electronic ink. You can do search over text or ink. You can change window sizes. You can have voice and video recording. You can do collaboration through shared notebooks, and so on. There are a number of different great facilities that are already built into OneNote. And by the way, what we're showing here is an early beta of the eTextbook add-in. Textbook information is incorporated into VTEXT by the author using the publisher drop-down menu that we won't demonstrate here today. But it allows the author to bring in the entire textbook manuscript, as is shown here. This is an example. I pulled a book that I wrote a while ago, PSpice for Basic Microelectronics. It's published by McGraw-Hill in hard copy form. In the form we have here, you'll see the pages listed down the right-hand side just with page numbers, and you can index through any of the pages by doing a very easy search using the search menu on the upper right-hand side. So let's change over to the eTextbook add-in menu. I'm working on a Samsung Series 7 slate, and I'm just going to touch the menu and bring up the eTextbook menu. One of the first things I should point out is that we're in single page mode, and we can go down through the textbook by clicking on the right-hand pages and work our way through each of the pages in the textbook as we'd like to find a particular location. Pages can also be viewed side by side. So if we want to make it look more like a textbook, we click the side by side button, and we have what amounts to be two sequential pages. This is page 6 and 7, and we can see the text that's on each of the pages. We could also go back to the eTextbook menu and go back to the single page mode, or we could go to a vertically tiled mode where the pages are shown one after the other. And notice I can move around through the pages and see each of them. More typically, I would expect students to probably use the side-by-side view, and they can work their way through reading the pages and taking care of whatever annotations they might want to make on pages. Reading pages can be done in a very similar fashion to other ebook readers. With touchscreen, you can easily move up and down through the book, or if you don't have a touchscreen, you can use the slider on the side, and you can move the textbook up and down just by moving the slider. You can also use on a touchscreen the pinch gestures that will allow you to shrink the text or expand the text so you can get a larger view if you'd like. And these opportunities are also available in the View menu from OneNote. You can bring in a set of navigation buttons if you like. Using the eTextbook menu and clicking on navigation buttons, you'll see that we have navigation buttons popping up on the side of the screen, and we can click on those buttons to move backward and forward through the text. Gestures can be used to move the pages either to the left or the right, that is up or down in the electronic textbook. The gestures can be either with a finger, or they can be used with the electronic pen or a mouse. The page number for an important page can be saved in a list by gesturing from the top left of a page towards the bottom right. The list can then be used to bring you back to the specific important page as demonstrated here. Page turning can be set to be either synchronized or unsynchronized. What we're showing here is the synchronized mode, where both pages in the book will turn at the same time. We can move our way through the book with either gestures or navigation buttons. But if we change the synchronization to be unsynchronized, we get an extra couple of navigation buttons down at the bottom, and we begin to move one page at a time. And this is similar to the mode in which we might like to retain information on a particular page while we look up information on other pages. Say there was a special page that had a formula. Annotations can be added to the textbook by simply writing, just like we would do in any OneNote notebook. So you might write a note on here that says this info is important. And you could write over here, new simulation info. Now, one of the other features I want to show you here is that we could use the ability to do searching on either the electronic ink or the text by using the built-in search facility in OneNote. So we could specify a particular search that we might be interested in looking at, like suppose we can try and find the word new. Notice that on page 16 we wrote the word new, and the search found the word new right here. And it highlighted it in the previous frame. Again, you could type in any word that you wanted here. That might have been text. Let's see how many times the word menu shows up. Quite a few times. It does a pretty good job at recognizing handwriting. VTEXT allows you to highlight information in your electronic text much like you would do in a regular paper textbook. You can do that by selecting the information and then clicking on highlight, and you now have green highlighting placed over the top of that important text. VTEXT can also look up terms that are found in your electronic textbook. For example, if we wanted to look up this term capacitor, we would select the word capacitor, go to the VTEXT menu, go to Controls, choose Search Engine, and you can see that the term capacitor is looked up across the Bing search engine. We would probably select Wikipedia at first glance to give us a definition for capacitor. VTEXT can use various search engines. If you go to the Options menu and go to Settings, you'll note that you can choose from amongst the preset search engines, and later on we will have the capability of putting any particular web page in here to search for terms. This is a very quick introduction to VTEXT and the capabilities that we're building into OneNote to be able to use it as an electronic textbook. Keep an eye on this website, and we'll be posting an updated video as the beta testing progresses and we're able to post some more reliable functionality. Thanks for your interest.